In the last 10 years, if you see, every year, if you look at the global food production, so many, based on the population of the world, there will be a certain consumption of food, this much food grains is required, this much dal is required and all that. When you look at that, every year there has been a shortfall of several million tons of grains needed as per the population. That means whoever is saying that there is ample production of food, for him there is ample production, but there is somebody else somewhere else in this world who is starving, who is going without food. Otherwise you cannot explain this. How come, the requirement is X, the production is several million tons lower than that? That means somebody is starving somewhere. That's how you have countries like Somalia, Ethiopia and all that. People are really starving there. They are all bones. People don't even have flesh there. It is like that. Even in India, there are many people who are starving. There was a place called Bara in Rajasthan. Some years back, there were starvation deaths there. People died of starvation there, hunger. And that is how Akshay Patra went and started its feeding program there and all that. So these kind of things also we get to see. And finally, ultimately, Prabhupada says in Kali Yuga, people, their ayu, lifespan gets reduced, not primarily because of lack of availability of food. Food will be available in Kali Yuga. Food will be available. But because of irregular food habits and overeating, people will get many, many diseases and they will die young. They will not have long life. So this Kali Yuga will create an illusion of prosperity. Real prosperity means people should be happy, contented, and their basic necessities should be met. You look at the world, how many people have access to clean drinking water? Only about 40% of the world's population does not have access to clean drinking water. These are all world, I think UN or whatever, authorized reports. So even water people don't have to drink, then what is the kind of prosperity we are talking about? So externally it looks like prosperity and all that, but really, now the point is that some worlds are very rich. India also is fairly well off now. Countries like USA, people are all very well off. Why? Because of the pious activities done by their forefathers. There has been a lot of pious activity that has happened. So therefore, the wheel is still running. Gradually, what will happen is, if they continue their sinful activities, it will finally come to a stop one day. And they will all become poverty stricken. That's the reality. Just like the fan is running above. When you switch off the fan, fan will not stop immediately. It will slowly reduce, speed will keep reducing. Finally, it will come to a stop. Like that, because of the pious activities that our forefathers have done, whether it is India or USA or elsewhere, because of that, there is some prosperity still there. And not only that, ultimately, because Sankirtan Yajna is going on, therefore, some semblance of sanity is there in this world today. The day Sankirtana Yajna stops, everything will become mad. The whole world will go mad in Kali Yuga. That's the reality. So, large credit of the world being running in a more or less okay kind of situation today is because of Sankirtan Yajna. The chanting, some small percentage of devotees are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, engaging in Sankirtan, that's keeping the world running. Actually, to give you an example of this, in Vrindavan once we were celebrating Prabhupada's Vyas Puja, and not Vyas Puja, Prabhupada's disappearance day. And we had invited some pre-1977 disciples who were there in Vrindavan also to come to our temple and share their memories of Prabhupada. And different people had come. They spoke for a few minutes. Each of them was giving their pastimes, whatever recollections with Prabhupada. One of them was a young Russian devotee. He was not pre-77 disciple. He was a fairly new person. But he had also come accompanying one of the pre-77 disciples. And we requested him also to say a few words to glorify Prabhupada. Then he started speaking. He said, his uncle was in the Navy in Russia in the 60s. This is I'm talking about the 1960s. That time, his uncle was in the Navy in Russia. That time, the Russians, they had sent submarines to the coast of USA. USA has got a long coast along the sea. And they had stationed the submarines there, and they had told them, you stay there, we'll give you a signal. Moment we give you a signal, you have to fire the nuclear. They were all nuclear submarines. You have to fire nuclear weapons on USA and we'll finish USA. Because that time, 60s, if you remember, the Cold War was at its peak. So they had all along the US coast, these submarines were lined up, and they were so close to the coast, from the periscopes, the people inside the submarine, they could see people on the beach, on the beach of USA. So that close they were. And this uncle of this devotee, this Russian devotee's uncle, he was the one who was supposed to convey the message. He was a single point of contact for all the submarines to convey the message when to fire the nuclear missiles or whatever they were equipped with. And they were all waiting. They were waiting for several days. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days it went. Finally, one day, the uncle, he received the instruction from the higher-ups, from the headquarters, and he called all the submarines and told them, come back. We are not attacking. The operation is called off. The day the operation was called off was the day when Prabhupada set foot in Boston Harbor. So Prabhupada set foot in Boston and he literally saved America from the hands of Russia. So you can see how, one devotee, his presence saved a great nuclear war between the two countries. So from this we can understand that whatever Sankirtana Yajna we are doing and whatever chanting we are doing, that is actually currently saving the world. Otherwise this world would have been, by now something else would have happened. Third World War would have happened, and Krishna alone knows what all would have happened. In fact, Prabhupada said at one time, soon the Third World War is going to happen. And then devotees after some time asked Prabhupada, you had said Third World War is going to happen, but nothing happened. Then Prabhupada said, Krishna changed his mind. Really, because devotees, more and more devotees are picking up, Sankirtan movement is picking up, so Krishna changed his mind. No, let's not allow the Third World War now. If we allow now, Sankirtan movement will get destabilized. So Krishna changed the plan. So you can see how we are not aware. Behind the scenes, Krishna is working. The more we engage in Sankirtan Yajna, the more we chant, the more we distribute Prabhupada's books, the world will become a better place to live in. That's the reality. Whatever the world, things are running properly now, whatever good rainfall is happening, some fruits are getting produced, some vegetables are getting produced, some grains are still available. People can still go to the market and buy. These things are still available. Even though petrol price has gone beyond 100 rupees, still people can go to the market, have the ability to go buy food grains and cook and eat. People are not starving now, at least in India. That's because Sankirtan Yajna is going on. The day this Sankirtan Yajna stops, then Kali will be in full flow. Then we know, 12th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, what all is described. Cows will become the size of dogs. You will take a mango fruit, there will be seed inside the mango, skin will be there will be no pulp in between. There will be no sugar. Milk will not be there. Already milk, many places, it's all, they mix urea in water and they give it as milk. That is also going on. But still, at least somewhere, someplace, some milk is still available. When Kali progressing, even that won't be there. And as people will become so starved, Prabhupada says, when I look at Vedatma, Vedala looks at me, today's lunch is done. People will see each other as lunch or dinner. It will come to that level. People will all become cannibals. That is when Sankirtana Yajna and chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra stops. When that stops, all this will happen. So, we should not wait for that time. Better is to chant Hare Krishna, perfect our life and go back to Godhead within the